Hello, I have made this video in French and I guess there are many people wanting to see the video in English, so I'm gonna try to do a nice video. It's not easy for me, you will understand why. It's my testimony about pedophilia, as a victim of pedophilia. So first I'm gonna explain you how was the background situation. So my both parents worked, and we had a house. We still have this house in France at 30 kilometers from Geneva. My dad was working in Geneva, my mom as well. She traveled a lot, so it was easier for my parents to let me by my grandparents almost half time. And I had my school at really nearby my grandparents, so it was easy for everybody. My grandparents, my grandma was really kind, very kind, sweet. She was half deaf. She has to take sleeping pills. She was drinking alcohol every day, and she slept in the living room during the watching the television. And my room was really at the other side of the apartment, next to my grandfather's room. My grandfather, he was drinking also every day. Sometimes he gets very drunk. He was kind of violent, but that was more before my birth. So, and he told everybody he was sexually impotent. Okay, so that's my grandparents. My parents, my mom, she was not, and she's still not very loving, at least loving me. She's not very cuddly. I had insults and slaps, not a lot of cuddles. My dad was very authoritarian, harsh, tough, loving, but not very expressing. I was humiliated very often through education when I couldn't know the solution. I remember it was really, really always putting down. So you have to drink. So I missed a lot of tenderness, love, affection, cuddle. So I had no self-esteem, couldn't not imagine to love myself. Also, my dad is kind of extreme ecologist. For him, humans are a cancer, is the cancer of the planet. And you know, I believed so myself for years, until maybe my 25 or something like that. And then I realized, no, it cannot be. Maybe I will explain you that in another video. So, at 4 years old, my grandpa started to take me during my sleep in my bed, and he brought me in his own bed. And there, I didn't lose my virginity, but he sodomized me. I was forced to oral sex. So that created a big shock. The thing is that it's making a confusion in a child's mind, because a child knows naturally with intuition it's not normal to have sex. I mean, even, yeah, it can feel good or nothing, or can hurt, but the child knows it's not natural, it's not time to do that. That's why sex with children, it's never the case. It's not possible. Never. Never. So, myself, I had a big confusion. Also because I had no touch with my parents. I mean, no cuddles, no hugs. And when I had touch, it was with my grandfather. And it was not normal touch, it was sex. So, in a way, I was missing that touch, and when I had it, it was disgusting. So This is really confusing for a child. I have to come back to. Sorry, I have a book, and this is. I was going to say you. I have a very bad memory. Yes, I have to write everything down. I have an agenda. I have papers everywhere. Why? And it's like that since I'm 4. Because at 4 I had to make like a blackout, switch off my brain to forget all these things with my grandfather, because I couldn't live with those memories. So it's a natural. It's a real thing when the brain makes this blackout and you forget. It's occultation. You can read about that. You can make your research. It's real. You can find what happened through hypnosis, but for myself it's not possible because I cannot let someone take control of myself. So hypnosis is not possible with me. So I recover a lot. The memories I could recover, it was not through hypnosis, it was during meditation, and I have nothing visual, no images. It's all about other senses such as smell, taste, touch, pressure on me, I can't breathe, things like that, but it's nothing visual. So I know it was my grandfather because of the smell. He was smelling bad like many old people, but he was alcoholic, he was not very clean. So yeah, he was stinky, and I really remember the smell of the bed and everything. So I can trust you, it was my grandfather. I have to say something a bit intimate. When I made my first fellatio, my first oral job, blowjob, when I was teen, when I had semen in my mouth, I just thought to myself, but it's not the first time, I know that. I was a teen, I didn't want to make like big reflection on that. Okay, let's think about something else, but I never forgot that. And now I know why, because it came later, the memories came later. So I had sexual assault or things with my grandfather from 4 to 8 years old. I couldn't say anything because what he told me to shut up. He told me, if you say something, I'm going to say that you forced me to do it. Yes, that's me as a child. I said to my grandfather, yes, fuck me. Yes, it's crazy, but a child of 4, completely traumatized and in fear and in pain, will believe this, and I believed that. So I didn't say anything, and I forgot that, and I was maybe like a zombie when it happened, because yeah, it was like a trance. You escape and you're somewhere else. Your body's there, but I guess it's kind of, I don't know, you're not there. So I told you I have problem with my memory. I have problem also with my sleep, because this happened during my sleep. He was taking me during my sleep, and I was in my bed. So since that I have insomnia since my 4, and now I'm 41. So I'm really used to insomnia, but it's really hard. I have to take medicine every night. I'm taking quetiapine. It's not sleeping pill, it's antipsychotic, but it's working well for me. But I have many times it's working, but not very well, or sometimes not working at all. So sometimes I'm taking benzodiazepine. I don't know how you say that in English. Benzodiazepine. It's another type of medication. I don't like that very much, but sometimes I have to take it. And I smoke weed, and to sleep I have my sleeping mask, I have my wax balls, and I have also my, I don't know how you say that, for the mouth, because I'm chewing my teeth, so it's not very good. So for me, sleep, it's a big story. It's a big story for a little sleep. But it's like that. Another result of the abuses, so lack of love, of security, of tenderness. In the other side, the sexual aggressions, humiliations, and slaps. I was already on depression at 4. I wanted to die at 4 years old. I remember I was crying in my bed. I want to cry. I want to die. How can I die? How would it be if I die? I'm sure my parents, they wouldn't be sad. I had crazy thoughts at 4. If I can, I will show you a picture of me before it happened. Yeah, I can do that. And a picture of after. Before I was really a smiling baby, a smiling girl, and after you could see something sad in my eyes, always. It's like that. So because of all these results, even now I feel good. I'm not depressed anymore. I'm just insomniac, and yeah, it was a hard way to become who I am now, and to be happy now. Yeah, so I don't sleep well, and that's the most reason why I cannot work anymore, because it's so like this. I can sleep well one night, and then for 1 week I sleep 2 hours. And when you take this kind of medication, okay, you sleep a little bit. If I don't take, I won't sleep at all. And if I take it, I sleep only 2 hours. Sorry. I have the medication in my organism, and it's long to take it out, you know. So for hours during the day, I'm a bit low and I feel tired. It's my life. Accepted it now. So yeah, how was it later? So during my childhood, it was, sorry, I have a little fly. During my childhood, it was completely occulted. I was depressed, insomniac, and yeah, bad memories, and bad in focusing. I don't know how you say that, when I have to be focused on something. It's hard. It was already hard when I was a child, still hard when I'm an adult. So when I've learned the truth, it started with a medium who told me at the end of the session, you know, anyway, you've been abused when you were a child. What? I had no idea, because for me it was impossible to have lived that, because I had a big sexual life before. I was not an nymphomaniac, but I really loved sex. Actually, I know why, because I was looking for love through sex, because I had no love at home when I was a child, and the only way I knew it was sex. So I was really active sexually when I was a teen and a young adult. And when I learned about the abuse, of course I did the victim for a while. Not very long, actually, maybe maximum 2 years, really maximum 2 years, because in April 2006 I have started a monthly session with a medium, a therapist, and she explained me just how it works with karma. She explained me, yeah, you probably were a pedo once in your life, a previous life, and now you're just like paying your karma. As a victim, this time as a victim, before you were the whitelist, and now you are the victim. And actually, I accepted that immediately. Why? Because I had a problem, and that explained the problem. For a while, let's say 2 years, yeah, 2 years, when I had sex with my husband or with myself, I had really weird and disgusting images in my head, like a man fucking little boys, and not only visual scene, but also the feelings, like I had a dick and was making sex, and a kind of weird excitation, yeah, and like something was coming inside, and it's not me. Well, I'm really not inside that. I hate that. And what was coming, I don't know, I couldn't understand why. And when she told me that, I understood. It was memories from a past life, and I had to kind of clean that, to exorcise this. And I've worked a lot with that therapist. I worked a lot myself. I've read, I've experimented with meditation. Okay, now it's good. It's okay because it's forgiven. The only thing that is still a bit hard, it's the reaction of my parents. Sorry. So yeah, I guess I've said everything. If you have questions about that, I can answer with pleasure, because I'm not ashamed. Actually, I want to say thank you to the universe to have lived this in this life. First, to balance my karma, and then this opened my heart and my mind to another world, because before I was so like this. I was very I had a very scientific mind. We had like a physical body and a chemical signal in our brain, and that was our mind and nothing else, no soul, no. And now my life is all about God, angels, and dimensions and energies, and so this really changed my mind in better. So I'm really grateful for that. And you know what? It's horrible to say. It's really horrible to say. I'm grateful to have lived only that, compared to all these thousands and thousands of children dead for adrenochrome. This is terrible. My story is nothing compared to that, really. So I'm lucky for that, you know. So pray for these children, and we will stop that.